Everyone talks about how great Fayetteville, Georgia is. And don't get me wrong, it is great. But Fayetteville is not for everyone. So today I want to be very clear and very honest, because if you're thinking about moving here, there are 5 things you really need to be able to handle. And if you can't, this might not be your place. And it's actually okay. Hi, I'm Daphne Bousquet, local realtor with eXp Realty. I live here. I work here. I help people move here all the time. And I don't want you falling in love with the highlight reel and then being surprised by reality. Let's dive in. First things first, Fayetteville is changing and not everyone likes that. For a long time, Fayetteville was known for larger lots, traditional single-family neighborhoods, and a slower pace of growth. But the reality is, Fayetteville is growing. And with that growth has come more high-density development, like townhomes and cottage-style neighborhoods. We're seeing smaller lots and more rooftops. And let me tell you, this is probably the most controversial topic locally. There are residents who love the idea of more housing options and more people supporting local businesses. And there are residents who absolutely hate it and feel like it changes the character of the area. And part of that growth conversation includes infrastructure changes that some people are very vocal about. Fayetteville has a large data center being built by QTS. And to support that, Georgia Power is adding new power lines and substations to meet the increased demand. You'll hear opinions about this everywhere. Some people are concerned. Others see it as part of economic growth. The important thing to know is this: it's happening, it's planned, and it's part of why you're seeing changes in certain areas. If large-scale infrastructure projects really bother you, that's something you need to factor in before choosing Fayetteville. If you're someone who struggles with growth, new development, or the idea that a town evolves over time, Fayetteville may frustrate you, because this conversation is not going away, especially at a time where the housing market is struggling with affordability. Now, if you like evolving communities and have different housing options, especially alternatives to large traditional homes, you may actually like where Fayetteville is headed. But you do need to be okay with that fact that this town is not frozen in time. The second thing you absolutely need to be able to handle is this: Fayetteville is very diverse. And I want to be really clear here. This is one of Fayetteville's biggest strengths. Fayetteville is diverse culturally, economically, and socially. You see that in the schools, the neighborhoods, the businesses, and the community events. People come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, and different perspectives. Most people who move here love that. They want their kids exposed to different cultures. They want a community that feels inclusive and welcoming. And I love that my daughter's circle includes Black, white, Asian, and Hispanic friends. But let's just say the quiet part out loud. Not everyone wants that. And if diversity makes you uncomfortable, Fayetteville is probably not your place. And honestly, we're okay with that. This is a community that values inclusion, belonging, and showing up for each other. And that's not changing. And if that matters to you, you'll feel right at home here. The third thing you need to be able to handle: you are not getting big city energy here. And that's on purpose. Fayetteville is not Atlanta. It doesn't try to be Atlanta, and it doesn't want to be Atlanta. You're not going to find a packed nightlife district, clubs open until 2 a.m, or that constant buzz you get in major urban areas. What you will find are community events, local restaurants, family-friendly festivals, and a town that shuts down a little earlier at night. The local craft breweries have live music till 10 p.m., and then people go home. They spend time with their families. They show up at school events and sports games. And for a lot of people, like me, that's the appeal. But if you're expecting high-energy nightlife or an urban vibe, you're probably going to feel bored here. And that doesn't mean that Fayetteville is lacking. It just means it has different priorities. If you're still with me and want more information about Fayetteville and the other areas of South Atlanta, download my relocation guide. You can scan the QR code right here or click the link in the description. Fourth thing, you are going to drive a lot. Fayetteville is not a fully walkable town. This is not the place where you walk downstairs, grab a coffee, walk to dinner, and never touch your car. You will drive to school. You will drive to restaurants. You will drive shopping. Now, most of these drives are short, 10 to 15 minutes tops, but you are driving. Fayetteville's not like Peachtree City where everything's accessible by golf cart, although I do hear that's the goal. The upside is less traffic, easier parking, less stress than most metro areas, especially North Atlanta. But if walkability or golf cart access is at the very top of your list, this might not check the box for you. Now, that said, there is a section of Fayetteville that is fully walkable. That's Trilith. It's almost like its own town, and it's even called the town of Trilith, but really it's still Fayetteville. If you love walkability, you can find out more about Trilith in this video right here. And the fifth thing you need to be able to handle is the housing reality. A lot of people move to Georgia assuming there are condos everywhere and brand new housing at every price point. And Fayetteville quickly clears that up. First, there are no condo buildings here. If you're looking for elevator buildings or true condo living, Fayetteville is not that market. What you will find is that most of the housing stock is single family homes, many built in the 90s and early 2000s. There are also even older subdivisions. Think 70s and 80s. These are established neighborhoods with mature trees, larger lots, and homes designed for long-term living, not quick turnover. Now, this is where the townhome conversation comes in. Fayetteville is adding townhouses and cottage-style homes, but the goal isn't luxury density, it's affordability. These homes are being built as an alternative to 3,000 square foot single-family homes, not instead of them. They're meant to create more attainable options for buyers who want to live in Fayetteville, but don't need or don't want a large traditional home. We're not talking about cheap housing here. Even these cottage homes and townhomes are well in the mid to upper $300,000 range. Now, that said, single-family homes still dominate the market here. Townhomes exist, they're increasing, but they're not the primary housing type. New construction overall is kind of limited and competitive, and inventory can feel tight, especially at popular price points. So if you're expecting condo living, endless new neighborhoods, or a housing market that looks like other parts of Metro Atlanta, Fayetteville might surprise you. Now, here's the important part. If you can handle growth, appreciate diversity, if you're okay with a calmer pace and driving doesn't bother you, and if you understand the housing landscape going in, Fayetteville might actually be exactly what you're looking for. This town is ideal for families who want strong schools and real sense of community. It works well for move-up buyers who want space without going fully rural. And it appeals to people who care more about long-term livability than trends. On the flip side, if you want nonstop nightlife, ultra-walkable living, or a town that never changes, there are other places that might suit you better, and that's okay. The goal isn't to convince everyone to move to Fayetteville. The goal is to help the right people find the right place. If you're considering a move and want an honest breakdown of neighborhoods, housing options, and what life here is really like, that's what I do every day. Drop a comment and tell me which one of these surprised you the most. And if you're thinking about moving to the South Atlanta suburbs, reach out before you make a decision you regret. And if you're not sure yet, stick around. I've got plenty more videos that will help you decide before packing a single box.